Yo guys, Pokemon Master 556, and in case you didn't notice these three boxes right here in the nice dingy cardboard card boxes, that would mean that we have a PSA return, and it's going to be number 20. And I'm pretty excited and a little sad for some of the cards, but nothing was really bad. Overall, I'd say I'm happy, but we'll get right into it. This box is like, probably has like one card in it, I swear. Yeah, look at that. One card in this whole box. So I guess this was the end of the submission here. So it looks like we'll be starting out with one of my friend's cards, Pokinar. They bubble wrap the crap out of this thing. Okay. So, with what I got out of this, which is funny, this is a regrade card. Previously was an 8.5 and it just went down to an 8. Which is funny to me because his other card, he sent in two other regrades, and one came back upgrade, and the other one, of course, which is that one, came as a downgrade. So, kind of interesting always to see stuff like that. Not knowing exactly what PSA is thinking at that time and moment when they're grading their cards. They're grading our cards. So, let me take out this stack here, face it down. And I'll take out this other stack here. So we got two nice big fat full boxes. Let's see here. Well, some of my legendary collection didn't do as good as I'd hoped, but you know, that set with the hollows is just god-awful difficult to score 10s in, so regrades are probably pretty typical. I try to get 10s of that set. So anyways, let us get started here. And what a way to start myself off here. Got a Gem Mint 10 Hitmonlee reverse from Legendary Collection. Freaking awesome. I knew this card was going to come back at 10 for me. It was just, I couldn't even find a single thing wrong with it. It was just a pretty awesome. This card's only a pop 2, so that's even better. So, pretty happy about that one. Oh, I guess that's not even hardly in the background. Scoot him over a little bit. Next up, we got a Near Mint to Mint 8 Muck. Not really quite sure why this one graded an 8. Maybe there was more scratching on it than I recall seeing, because the back definitely looks solid enough for a 9. So that kind of sucks to get an 8 on a Muck. I got a couple more to send in. Got a reverse 9 of Gyarados. I actually have a piece of paper, but I forgot to grab it. It's got all my, basically it has all the grades on it that I was expecting. Like, I basically pre-graded all my cards, and I think only half of them I had an expectancy to possibly get 10s. Only half of them came back 10s. But then again, those were 9, 10 cards, so cards I consider mint, gem mint, so a couple of them came back 10s, a couple of them didn't. So got a 9 on the Ninetales. I was expecting that for both Gyarados and Ninetales. Next up, oh yeah, so scratching some more off the base set. So scored that Squirtle in a 10, first edition base set. Really, really happy about that. It's been looking for one of those for a while. I ended up buying a few myself, just trying to grade them in 10s, but this actually came from the base set that I recently bought, so that's really awesome. Same with this Bulbasaur. These cards are super hard to get in a 10, even though the population on them was like above 70, so that got a 9 for me. Then next up, oh man, this is the one I was really excited about, but I wasn't surprised came back at 10. This is a first edition base Red Cheeks Pikachu. So these are worth quite a fair amount of money. And also they are the error version, not like the Yellow Cheeks Pika. So that's even better. I'm not really looking to get the Yellow Cheeks, since the Red Cheeks is, you know, the more expensive version anyhow. So whatever. So got a Beedrill, got a 9. You could tell left to right, the centering just looks like poop. So that's why I came back at 9. Next up, so we got my base set Mewtwo, first edition holo. Came back a mint 9. I'm not really sure if it's just like the centering to them. I don't know. Top and bottom, left and right is off just a little bit. Not really too much, but let's make sure they didn't put any nickage on this bad boy. That doesn't really look like they did. I may consider regrading this once, unless I look it over and find out that it's got scratches or silvering or something on it. So hopefully it doesn't. Next up, we got a Blastoise first edition, near mint to mint 8. Pretty good grade for this card. I was really hoping for the 9, but I just knew it would come back a 9. I had it marked as an 8 on my paperwork too. There was a few light scratches in the hollow and a couple nicks on the back, like that bottom left-hand side you could see down there. So it was to be expected. Kind of sucks. A little sad, but nonetheless, those two came back 10s. I know they're not hollow or nothing special, but still pretty good grades. It's got Dark Persian, came back on mint 9, Legendary Collection. Got Dark Slowbro, mint 9, same set. I think this one came back 9 because you can clearly see some silvering up at the top. So I'll be overlooking some of those. Got a mint 9 for the Zapdos, Legendary Collection holo. Mint 9 again, Gyarados holo, same set. Mint 9 on the Dark Dragonite. Love this card. Look at that holo sparkle, man. This card is just amazing. Dark Vaporeon. I swear, one of my Dark Vaporeons deserves a 10. I don't know which one it is. Probably not this one. It's got some silvering up at the top, but just because it's got a little silvering doesn't mean it doesn't get a 10 every now and then, because that does happen. So the Blastoise came back a near mint to mint 8, and I'm not overly fond of that grade or why it came back at 8. Maybe they nicked it a little bit up here, because I don't remember it looking like that up at the top. So maybe, maybe not. Next up is the Articuno, which also graded an 8 as well. So, like I said, inconsistencies with PSA, but maybe it did deserve an 8. Maybe I just didn't look it over well enough. I tend to look over my cards quite well because I don't feel like wasting my money to grade cards that are going to get 8s, but it does happen on occasion, so it's understandable. So, back to Pokédar. Hitmontop. Graded a 10 for him, so that's awesome. He could scratch a Neo Discovery card off his list. And then the third regrade, which was his Porygon 2, which came back a mint 9 for him again. So don't really recommend regrading something more than twice, unless you're crazy like I am. I've regraded something more than twice before. Next up, we got a Meganium holo from Unseen Forces. So I have a whole bunch of really awesome looking EX cards, or not EX cards, but, you know, non-EX holos. EX Gen 3 holos, I guess you could call them. Pretty cool cards. Got the Milotic, got a 10. This was a card I thought was going to get a 9-10 just because it had a really light scratch on it. But, you know, that was one of them that, you know, didn't really get docked for it because it looked pretty darn good all around. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card. Pretty glad to have that. Maybe that deserves a background spot. It says my pile's getting a little low. Next up, we got Dark for, or not Dark for Alligator, for Alligator EX from Unseen Forces. Pretty stinking awesome to get this. I'm pretty happy to get this in a 10. I'm actually shooting for a lot of the EX cards in 10, as well as, you know, my few of the sets that I want from Wizards of the Coast. So I'm just trying to, like, scratch some of those off the list, and because I really do like Unseen Forces. Not as much as I love Team Rocket Returns, though. Look at this Dark Electrode card. So freaking awesome. This card got a 9. Now that I'm actually looking at it, kind of think the left to right centering probably shot it off because the back of it is pretty good looking. There's only 2 mint 9s of this card right now, and no 10s yet. But this next one, if I recall, this is a very happy 10, I think. Yep, this be the one. Dark Houndoom. So this actually has a pop of 2, which I was kind of surprised to see. Such a freaking awesome card. The artwork is just so deliciously evil. So pretty cool card there. Glad to have that aboard. Looks like we got a Mint 9 Rockets Articuno. This is one of the cards I was expecting maybe to score a 10 on. Or actually maybe not. I guess there was a little bit of whiting down there at the corner. I don't recall that being there, but I don't know. I wrote down on there that it had some light hairline scratch or 2 on it, I think. Got a Rayquaza EX Black Star promo. Graded a 9. These came out of the tins. Pretty cool card. Was expecting the 9 on that. Next up we got a Zapdos from Fire Red Leaf Green Secret Rare. Love this card. It's a pretty awesome one. Looks like it's just got 2 baby nicks on it, so that's probably what downgraded it to the 9. Next up, Executor. I was expecting a 9, maybe a 10 on this one as well. It did have a hairline scratch going through it, like a pack pulled scratch. Can't really get it to show up on the camera in there, but yeah, I was really hoping it might slip by with a 10, but Dark Houndoom, that's the one I'm most pleased with. So we got the Umbreon in a 9, Unseen Forces. I have this card in a 10 already, so I don't need that one. This is a pretty freaking sweet one right here. So I got a Gem Mint 10 Jolteon EX from Delta Species. Now I'm only missing the Vaporeon in a 10, so if anyone's got a Vaporeon of EX Vaporeon in a 10, I would love to trade for it or buy it or something, preferably trade, just because I don't like to spend all my money too much. I've been spending a lot of money on first edition base set 10s as of late, mostly uncommons. So we got Lugia EX, Unseen Forces. I was honestly kind of surprised this one came back a 9. The back of it was pretty darn good looking. I think it just had a few pack pulled scratches like how Heracross would from Neo Genesis. So glad that came back a 9 for me at least. So we got the Weedle Reverse Holo. I was expecting a 10 on this one, so I might have to look that one over once and see what's cracking with that. Next up we got the Abra. Got a Mint 9 on that one too. Really like this card a lot. Abra's pretty awesome. And we got Pikachu. This one was a possible 10, if I remember correctly. Nah, I wrote it down as a possible 10. It's just got like a small amount of edge wear down there. I think the holo looked pretty good though. But just look at those things, man. That's why me and Gem Mint Pokemon love these darn things so much. And last but not least, we got a Meowth. So, same thing again. Ash's Pikachu, Team Rocket's Meowth, right here. Sworn enemies. So, pretty happy with a majority of these grades. Some of these cards will be for sale, and if you spot any of them, they'll be up on my eBay. You can go ahead and message me or ask for my email, or I could just put it in there. But if anyone's interested in any of the other 10s that aren't in this background right now, except for this Milotic, which will be for sale, someone let me know. Anyone, I don't care. But anyways, guys, stay tuned. I'll have a BCBM video of a bunch of PSA 10s that I recently purchased, as well as a PSA send-off that includes 48 cards. So stay tuned for those in the upcoming week. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, please. Thanks for your support. Peace.